Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the modelling bench, Mr. Bravo's workshop. It is 5:55 this morning. I've been up for quite a little while, and yeah, I'm kind of ready to get into this and start putting some undercoat on and getting some paint on it. So we've got most of the bits and pieces all ready now. The last few episodes have been about the hull, and you've seen me put undercoat on there already. So what I think I'm going to do is, rather than bore you with another video on the hull, I think what we will do is undercoat these bits and pieces here. I'll undercoat the hull and come back together, and I'll kind of show you how we're going to start to mask this up. Right after I drink my coffee first. I was sitting here having my coffee and I forgot all about this, that I had actually painted inside here already. I don't know if you can see that. I'll get another light. That's better. So in this light you can see I've undercoated this on the outside, and I've sprayed all the colour on the inside here, and I've already technically painted a couple of the vents that are inside. Let me see if I can get a better view. Yeah, keeping that in the light. So I've already painted all these, and I don't really want to get undercoat on there again. So you're probably thinking, well, how are you going to paint that without getting undercoat back in there? I'm going to make something up that will stop the undercoat and paint going in here. So when I undercoat the rest of it, it should be fine. So here's some masking tape. I'll fold it onto itself, and then I can roll this up and start to cover up those areas I don't want painted. So here it is folded. So I'm kind of balling one end so that when I put it in there, it'll want to spring out and then hold up against itself to stop most of the paint from going in. I mean, I'm not going to spray in that direction anyway, but yeah, so just to give you an idea what I'm doing. So there it is, all rolled up and tucked in there, and that'll stop most of the paint going in there, and I can still paint most of the outside. So I'll repeat the same on the other side. So there they both are, both protected and ready to go, so those areas that are painted won't be touched. Now, because I'm really handling these this morning and I want to do some painting on it, I gave my hands a really good scrub this morning to make sure there's no oil on my hands. So it always helps. I just thought I'd mention that. This part of the superstructure was a pretty good, nice, clean build. There's really not much to do to prepare this, and we're just undercoating it. So I think what we might do is just probably take this off. If I remember correctly, this floor comes off. Yes, it does. So we'll do that one separate as well. And I think we'll leave that section there, ready to go. This section, I've taken the flue off. It was never actually glued on. I only had it sitting on there. Basically because I want to paint all this in the right colours. Black on the inside of here, so when I put the flue back on, the grey will contrast up against the black, and you know where I'm going with that. It just makes it look nice and neat. This piece, there's really not much to be done to this one. Yeah, I think we'll just undercoat this one just the way it is. There is some camouflage that are going on this one that I do know about. I've let this off so it's nice and easy to mask up and get the clear definition of each different colour. We have all the containers of all the guns, the large guns, the smaller ones. We have some even smaller ones to do. We also have a couple of masts to do, and also the cranes and a few other bits and pieces as well. So there's quite a lot here to undercoat. So I'll get set up and yeah, I guess we'll get ready to start undercoating all these parts. So what I'm doing here, I just got a nice shiny bit of cardboard that I can see in the light, so that when it goes on I can actually see exactly how my paint's coming out. It's not too thin, it's not too thick, it's not going to come out spattery, and we just want a nice even coat of undercoat on top of it. Could probably go just a fraction thinner, but we want it to kind of fill everything anyway, so like, but not too much. So I think I'm going to leave it just there. I think what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to very quickly spray inside all these little pieces here, probably a little bit on top, and then I can sit this down and we'll just quickly go around it and finish it off. I find the light is really important because on some of these shaded areas I can see exactly how much is going on there. So I'm just concentrating just a little bit here. I mean, I can turn it down just a fraction, but I'm liking the way it's coating. Looks good. Okay, I've turned it down just a little bit and we'll just... Yeah, that's nice. This stuff dries almost instantly as well, so... Anyway, I'm pretty sure you don't want me to bore you with painting every single little piece. So what I'll do, I'll keep going and I'll come back. Number 2 is finished. Number 3. Number 4, I put a little extra on this join here. It's sort of showing through, hoping that if I just hit it with a bit of undercoat and we can sand that off, we'll take that line out. If not, I'll come back and have another go at it. The next one, number 5, is now undercoated. See the different contrast there between the undercoat and the underside. Piece number 6. Here's number 7. Now, anytime I do the superstructure, I take a lot of notice on the faces that you're probably going to see. So I sometimes even go over them once or twice, sometimes even 3 times, just to make sure they look really nice. Oop, knocked the camera up. One of the gun turrets is finished. One of the other masks. You're probably wondering, is he handling these one by one? Now, I generally spray one side, give it half a minute or so, and it's pretty much dries almost straight away. And then I just pick up another little section and just do the bit that I had, and that's pretty much how I'm doing it. So every now and then, while I'm painting, I'm also running thinners through the gun just to give it a quick little clean out every now and then I flush this out and then I go back to the paint, just so the paint's not sticking the gun up or anything. One of the cranes. It's about 7:30 now, about an hour and a half after I started. I'm just going to pause it here and post in this episode and come right back. Okay, I'm back now. I just posted number 14, but I actually forgotten to edit it, and to my surprise, I edited that in about half an hour. Okay, so there's another cannon done. There's another crane finished. So there's all the small cannons, or small guns. There's 10 of them that we prepared earlier. I've got them all set up, ready to paint. So that's one side of them done. I'll now turn them over and do the other side. So here we are. Most things are almost all done now. Kind of lost count with all the other bits and pieces. All the small stuff I'd stored away is all now done. What I did do, and I'm probably going to do it again. There's a faint line on the join of the flue, and I'm just going to hit it a couple more times so then when I sand it off, we can get rid of that line. So what I'll do now, I'll clear those away. I'll bring the hull in for its final coat on the hull from the other day. Some of these larger pieces just on the side of the superstructure, I went over it and gave it just one more, just kind of gives it that fullness. On this big stuff that you're really going to see, I like to give it an extra hit. I've had to stop and swap this gun over because my other one's playing up for some reason, so while I fix this one, I'll put this one on. Now the hull is all undercoated. Now see it. There you go, it's all done. What I didn't do, and I've forgotten to so far, is I haven't done the rudders. So I'll quickly take the rudders off, undercoat them, so when I paint the hull, I can paint these at the same time. So the rudders are now off and painted. They've been cleaned and painted, sorry. So the only thing really left now is I've got to undercoat some of this for to be painting these parts that pop through. Now, I'm probably only going to concentrate on the areas that are popping through, not the whole lot. No, scratch that. I ended up painting everything. All the edges, the whole lot. I went crazy on it. Pretty typical for me, really. So the one on the right is not painted, and the one on the left is undercoated. And you can see very clearly the contrast between the two of them. So this is now painted too. So I've got zoomed in about 4 times here. It's just so you can see the chain. I'm going to have to come back and rework this later on before. So this is going to need another coat. So before I put the floor on, because I want to rub the chain out so we can use the chain that came with the flooring. So that's nearly all the pieces all painted. I might just go and give this one another hit. I think what we'll do, we'll leave it here for today. All the parts are undercoated. Anyway, it was an interesting day. It's now probably close to 10 o'clock. Started at 5:55. And yeah, all right. Hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Bye.